Oops, I forgot to unmute myself. I'm sorry, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Lessons, Learning, and Readings with Larkin. I am Larkin coming live to you from the United States. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I think that's Veronica letting me know I was on mute. Thank you very much. Guys, welcome. Whether you're watching live or on the rebroadcast, either way, this is a sacred hour with spirit, and it's just as important. So, if you are watching on the rebroadcast, let's say it's 3 hours, 3 days, 3 years from now, please know that spirit knows who will be watching these. And so, there will be something special for you, regardless of when you are watching this. Hi, Patrick. Welcome. You're just going to say that. Awesome. I love it. So, thank you all for tuning in. I'm so excited. We have guests from around the world. And as we get started, as you all know, if you're used to watching me, I always take a few minutes in the intro to do a couple of things. One, to remind you, this is a sacred hour with spirit. And this means that it's important that you create that space for yourself. You leave all your extra gunk at the door and you take this hour to be productive in your connection with spirit, in learning how to ask the right questions, in learning how to listen and receive, and what that means that you have a call to action to do in the responses, not just to your readings, but in the things that other people share. Okay. The second thing I try to remind people to do is to take this time in order to make it a sacred hour with spirit. Please take this time to get yourself in your center as we get started. Hi, Kaz. Welcome. Get yourself in your center. And part of that means to get out of the frantic mental mode that most of us are in most of the time. Slow down your breathing and your nervous system. Feel yourself get in your center of power. Get out of a place of want and need and lack, and get in a place of wholeness, of calmness, of being more present, right? This is very important. So, I want to remind you guys of this as we get started because this is very important. And it's important why? Because you're going to receive according to your vibrational frequency. Okay. And you're going to be receiving, sorry, my dog was knocking. Look, that little dog was knocking. I thought she was down here. You guys are going to be receiving answers and guidance regardless of where you are, but you won't necessarily be receiving it, if you know what I mean. So spirit will show up for you no matter what. But the real question is, are you in a frequency and a mindset to actually receive? And that's what I want you guys to take responsibility for today, and make sure that you're there to get all that spirit has to offer you. Okay. So I'm going to say hi to some people, and then I'm going to get into the wisdom and guidance that ever since I have started reading on Veronica's page, Spirit asked me, they said, please, before you get into readings, hi, Autumn, welcome. Before you get into readings, please share some wisdom and messages that we're asking you to share, because we know that there's people that will be listening to the broadcast that are going to need it. And of course, I said yes, because I'm here to speak for spirit, right? So this message from today, I think it has to do a lot with what spirit is picking up on and sensing that is coming from people this time of year, right? You'd think this time of year should be a time of celebration. It should be a time of joy and fun and really relaxing. But what we find is, hi, Angie, welcome. What we find is that it's kind of the opposite, right? I always hear people talking about how stressful the holidays is, you know, how overwhelmed they are. They're stressed over money, they're stressed over plans. Everything that's going on socially tends to rise to the surface, right? So if you're having issues with family or relationships, those tend to be dramatized over the holidays because people have these huge expectations. They want things to be a certain way. They feel pressure. And so that really exacerbates whatever issues you already have going on, right? Hi, Melissa. Welcome. Hi, Angie. So, Spirit's message today is about that. It's about as we're rolling into the end of 2024, and you not only have pressure of the holidays, but you have pressure and expectations for 2025, to allow yourself to relax and to detach a little bit, to allow your expectations to not be so, what is the word I'm trying to use here? They're giving me a sense and an image of it, not so much of a word, and I'm trying to find a human word that really matches what they're getting at. They don't want to exacerbate our already sort of tainted mindset about expectations and the meaning. Nothing has meaning until we give it meaning, right? So let's say, for example, your loved one didn't do something over the holidays that you want them to, and the meaning you put to that is, I'm always let down, everybody lets me down, nobody's there for me, he must not really love me. Spirit wants you to step back from that and just try it for just a day or two at a time. Give meaning that serves you. Give meaning that would give you a sense of peace and a sense of joy, and that gives you a feeling of things always working out for you, because they are. Truly, our perspective comes from that 95% of my mind I always talk about as a neuroscience person, is making up your reality. So when something happens and our ego says that it doesn't fit what we think it should fit to get what we want, we have a tendency to react and react negatively to it. Whatever that is for you, whatever your belief system is, whatever your mode of negative self-talk is, we tend to do that, especially during times of pressure like the holidays. And what Spirit is guiding you to do today is saying, try something different. Try the opposite this year. Try turning it around if you have to, or flipping it. But whatever you do, give it meaning that serves your best good and the highest outcome. It's not that you're lying to yourself. It's not that you're pretending. It's that you're taking that leeway that you have as a human to have perspective. And everyone has different perspectives. And you're giving it a perspective that would have otherwise been different had you had different subconscious programming. And just try it, guys. I know what Spirit's getting at here, and Spirit is very practical. And Spirit is trying to align you with new tools so that this holiday season you can see that holidays don't have to mean stress. They don't have to mean overwhelm. They truly can mean peace, joy, love, and celebration. Okay? I hope that that's helped. Thank you, Spirit. I love that advice and that guidance. I think it's brilliant. Let's see. Thank you, Autumn. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Let's see. Angie says things that are meant for you won't go past you. Oh, I love that. That's beautiful. Angie says Christmas is about giving. Yes. This includes giving to yourself. This is a great gift to give yourself. Hi, Keith, and welcome. Great to see you again. Let's see. So let's go ahead and let me do you first, Melissa, here. And oh, good, Paul. I'm excited to get to your comment in just a minute. Hi, Rebecca. Welcome. All right. So let's see. Melissa says, health question. Am I on the right track? Okay, let's check in and see. I want you to, while I'm checking in with Spirit and I'm checking your aura and your energy, Melissa, I want you at the same time to, I do this with my Awakening Your Intuition clients because I want them to be able to empower their own intuition about their well-being and health. I want you to tune in and see what your first answer to that question is. And then I will give you what Spirit says. Hi, Dawn. Welcome. Yes, self-love too, Angie. That's right. So your auric and energy field looks good. There's a layer of stress that I'm going to say, this is going to come out of my mouth, that is self-induced, but truly most of our stress is self-induced. And guys, stress isn't all bad. Stress is also there to help us, right? Sometimes it's the thing that gets us out of bed. We're stressed about something and we need to get out of bed, right? So I'm seeing that there's an element of stress due to overthinking, overanalysis. There's some self-caused stress from overanalysis and a concern and a worry about pursuing going in the right direction with things as far as health goes, Melissa, and that in and of itself is sort of blocking you from following your intuitive guidance. In a general sense, I am sensing that you are headed in the right direction. Yes. There are just little bleeps that you are allowing to sort of fall in your way. And they are all mental and belief ones, right? You said, okay, more is my answer. Okay. Yes. I agree with that. More also means, and you might mean it in this way, but more also means in terms of variety, right? So in other words, the scope of what you're doing. So not just the intensity or the in-depth, but also the actual scope of what you're doing makes a big difference. You said yes, definitely concern and worry, right? So let me remind you of all of this, because this is very connected to what spirit guides try to direct you to as well. So my mindset clients, all of them, have to study Dr. Joe Dispenza, because in my mindset coaching, we do a combination of spiritual and intuitive work, energy work, and mindset work, which also means neuroscience, neurolinguistic programming, but also just neurological reprogramming, right? Reprogramming the subconscious mind. So if I were you, Melissa, I would get on YouTube. I would find some Dr. Joe Dispenza books, because he is really working closely with spirit in the work that he does in the world for people, and it's in the quantum world. And I coach in the quantum world. Guess where your spirit guides and spirit team are coming from, my friends? They work in and with the quantum world. They help you work with the quantum world, right? So one of the things you need to be doing, Melissa, is you need to be paying very close attention to that. Number one, yes, more of what you're doing. That means on a broader scope is what they're telling me, if that makes sense to you. And hello, Juan Pedro, hello. But also, you need to pay attention to the habits and patterns of your thinking in order to reduce this. Because one of the things Dr. Joe teaches, and that your spirit guides have been trying to speak to you about, is that your thoughts not only become things, but they are the mind and the body. Okay, so your thoughts trigger and create emotion. Emotion are your thoughts in the body. So the thoughts, thinking is the thoughts in the head, same as ego, and emotion is the mind and the body. So one of the things that your spirit team has been encouraging you to do is focus more, because you go where your focus is, on what is working for your health and what feels better, what brings you peace, what brings you comfort, what you can feel as an elevated vibration, and focus less on the analysis, focus less on the worry and doubt that's going into what you're doing. Okay, because then and only then can you hear your intuition. If your intuition is like, whoa, you need to go a little bit more this direction. Okay, does this make sense? This is very, very important, because how do we get in our own way with our thoughts? And worry and concern, I mean, it's good to have initially, but it's not good to have it as a habit. And your habit of worry and concern actually turns into a lack of health. It turns into damaging health. This is true for all of us. Dr. Joe helps people to heal and recover through teaching them to reprogram their mindset. So that's what your spirit team is urging you to do. Here's a couple suggestions they give me before I move on. Number one, get out in nature, do things that actually transform the mind and the body into more healthy energy in your body, right? So take walks, do things that you enjoy outside, and don't allow yourself to hone in on stress or worry for more than 15 seconds at a time, because this is when it triggers the mind and body hormones and it starts to go into the body. If you want to reverse this, you have to do the reverse. Okay. A lot of what you're dealing with has come from actually very good intentions and helping others. All of that is good. Your spirit team is like, yes. The part that's not good is the baggage that you carry with it. The stress and worry is like praying for something you don't want, right? So that's the part you can eliminate. She says, hi, Tara Michelle. She says, thoughts equal emotion makes sense. Yes, absolutely. So why does Abraham Hicks say turn things around within 17 seconds? I tell people 10, because by the time you get past 10, you're already triggering then the brain and body chemistry that's turning it into emotion in the body, which then becomes manifesting. Thoughts, the first form of manifesting. Emotions are the second form of manifesting, and then you start to get material manifestation, okay, which can also be health issues. So just make sure that within 10 seconds you're aware enough of your thoughts. This is what I do with my mindset coaching clients. You're aware enough of your thoughts that you can catch them in time to start the emotion that goes in the body being healthier. This does not mean ignore and don't acknowledge and surrender to emotions you need to work through. It just means don't make a habit of it. Okay. And that's what your spirit team is after. Your dad's a part of that. Okay. So he's encouraging this as well. Please keep me posted, Melissa. And you do have enough time. They're reminding me to start making this observation, just this awareness, so you can change things internally by the time 2025 starts. So start now, like start right today. Okay. So you can start implementing those changes. All right. Tara, wow. Oh my goodness. I'm so honored. So happy. So happy to be blessed to be on your live. Tara, that is just so heartfelt. Thank you. I am very honored and blessed to have each of you here. So thank you for that. And don't forget, guys, if you like this broadcast, you think it adds value, please make sure you actually like it so more people can find Veronica's page or whatever page you're on. Maybe you're on my Psychic Medium page, but help people to find us, okay? That was helpful. Awesome. Yes. Yes. Spot on who you are. Being helpful brings, yes. And that is because your spirit team knows you, right? And they're speaking to me. So thank you, Melissa Spirit Team. All right. Let's see here. I've started a couple of you guys here. Are you on the list? Okay. Let's see. I don't know quite how to say your name. I think it's Wahoo Pedro, but I'm going to star you if on the reading list. Yes. I have to scroll up here. I have somebody I had up here first. Let's see. I have Kaz and Autumn. And Angie. Okay. So I need to find out who is on here, because sometimes I start readings and people have had to pop off or they got tired of waiting and they left. So let me see. Angie, Kaz, and Autumn, are you guys still on here? Let me scroll down and see. Let me know, please. Let's see. I can say, oh, he's helping me. I must have gotten it wrong. I can say John Peter. Okay. Because I don't know how to say the first one correctly. I need my father-in-law who speaks fluent Spanish here. Excellent. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. So Angie and Kaz, you guys are both here. Great. Okay. So and Autumn, perfect. So I'm going to go in order, ladies, up here that I had you guys. So we're going to go. Wait a second here. We have Melissa, and then I went too far. Okay, here we go. Hi, Paul. I've got you on here too. Okay, Angie. Let me see what your question was. I had you. Here we go. Okay, I'm wondering if I'm on the right path on my spiritual journey, please. Woo! All right, so let me take a sip here. This is such a common question. And it's very interesting because I want you to first understand what a spiritual journey is, okay? This might be different than what you hear a lot of readers say, guys, but I'm sharing with you right from spirit. And I feel like we need to evolve what we're doing with readings. So bear with me, okay? I'm always going to be giving you guys the bottom line that comes through spirit and a call to action. I am an absolute no fluff person and I want you to get results. Okay. So that might be too harsh for some of you. You guys might not like that, but that's just how I operate. I feel like our life is short. There's a lot of translating that has to happen with spirit, and I want to cut to the chase. I'm not here to sugarcoat or fluff things for you. I am here to give you information that spirit wants you to practically have to use. So this is a good question, and a lot of people have it. So this may serve a lot of people. Okay. Let's understand what a spiritual journey is and a spiritual path is, first of all. Okay. I cannot emphasize this enough. And I'm not trying to put down any other readers, but one of the things I hear often is people saying, a reader told me I wasn't on the right path, or I wasn't on, I need to do this to get on the right spiritual path, or, this coach or reader told me I had to do this to get on path. And that's why things weren't working. Okay. So number one, you are always on your spiritual journey and you are always on your path. Now, whether you are, and the words do matter, the specifics of the words do matter. Whether you are in alignment or not, that can be called into question. Okay, so that's probably what you're really asking. But there's a great book out. I cannot remember the author. It's yellow with black writing. And it is called Your Life is Your Path. Your life is your path. Okay. So your life is your path. And I want to be very clear from spirit to all of you, not just Angie. Thank you, Angie, for asking this. I want to be very clear that you can be out of alignment and you can feel that, yeah, you're running into a lot of challenges. You don't feel like you're doing what you think you should be doing. But we have to be very careful that this is not our ego speaking, because our ego gets very caught up in the idea of spirituality, whether that be religion or some other form. Okay. And we think because we're thinking and talking about a spiritual path that it's spirit and not our ego. But ego will often mimic and take on the persona of being spiritual in order to keep you in its clutches. Okay. So, first of all, you can trust that number one, things are always working out for you. Number two, the fact that you are concerned about being on the right path in your spiritual journey is kudos to you. You're conscientious about that. And that in and of itself will allow you to have the awareness that you need in order to keep realigning. Number three, there is no person that I know of, except perhaps the Dalai Lama, but he probably has this challenge as well. Not even Jesus. Jesus would wander in and out of alignment some and come back more into greater alignment. There is no person, no human, no soul in human form that has ever not wandered on and off, in and out of alignment. Why? Because your life is your spiritual path. Okay. Your life is your spiritual journey. And that is not one coated in roses and unicorns and snowflakes. It is not often pretty. It is challenging. Obstacles are opportunities. So when we feel like we may not be on the right path, keep in mind that there is not a right or a wrong path. That is the egoic mind thinking, right? Thinking in terms of contrast. However, there is a more difficult or an easy path, which I think is really what you're intending to ask. Okay, Angie? There is a difficult or an easy path. The difficult path, if you're finding things are being very difficult, it can mean that you're out of alignment or that you're not getting the lessons in the obstacles that are presented to you. That, see the squirrels in the background? Squirrel! That perhaps you are making things more difficult for yourself, which we all do at points in our life. And if, when things are moving easily and smoothly for us, it means we are in greater alignment. But the question of right path or not is really just, are we in alignment so that things work more smoothly and easily for us? Or are we on a path of resistance, which causes things to be more difficult? Okay. And that can mean a lot of things. Your path is determined by a couple of things, Angie. Number one, what is your connection with your intuition, which is why I started the Awakening Your Intuition program. Okay. And number two, your mindset. Okay. Which is why I coach mindset, because you've got this soul aspect of you, which is your intuition is the voice of your soul. And then you have your very human aspect, which is your mindset. It's your habits and repetition that you make in your thoughts, feelings, and choices and actions. Okay. So what spirit wants me to ask you is, do you feel like you're on the right path? Do you feel, these are three different questions, so write them down. Do you feel like you are in alignment? And do you feel like you are, let's see what a better way to put this is. You feel like you're choosing the path with more or less resistance. Okay. If you feel like things are more difficult than they should be, and you feel out of alignment, that would mean you're out of alignment, or you're not getting the opportunities that the obstacles are presenting for you to learn. Then you need to do some introspection. This means you need to do some awareness of mindset. You need to do some journaling. You need some quiet time in nature. Okay. Because your soul knows when you're in alignment. Okay. And what does that bring you? It brings you the greatest sense of joy and peace, which are forms of abundance. Okay. Let me scroll down and see what you said here. I was channeling from your spirit guide. So you got it. Yes. To heal others. Okay. And in this path, so, okay. All right. So I'm not going to spend too much longer on this because I know spirit wants me to move on and get through as many people as I can. If you are interested in really learning authentically, Angie, about awakening these abilities and how to be very clear about which ones are true and pure and authentic, and which ones are things that perhaps your ego has caught onto that things sound like fun, that are often sold and targeted for spiritual people. I would recommend you looking into my Awakening Your Intuition program, because I do things very simply, very down to earth, but very purely. I started the program because when I see things like this, I tend to get nervous. And the reason I do that is, and not that there's anything wrong with trance mediumship, but I channel all the time when I work with you guys, and I don't need to go into a trance. And I believe that you also need to be it is important to be very aware of yourself and your own intuition, and your own ability to connect, even on a conscious level. So when we go to heal others, there's a very special and sacred path for that. We don't ever heal anyone. We hold space for them to heal themselves if they so choose. Okay. And this often works best as we get to know and understand our self-healing. But that's a whole nother topic I don't get into today. These are things we talk about on my mastermind. You're welcome to schedule a free discovery call with me if you like. But just keep in mind that when you're saying you want to heal others, we don't heal others. We hold space for them to heal themselves. Okay. I would also recommend you go to Veronica's healing meditation that she has every week. She has posted in the group. Lisa Joe, hello, welcome. And you do it for fun. Okay. All right. Well, that's good. I would still recommend you being careful about it and who you're learning from and what you're doing. Okay. It's fun to do. I personally don't usually do it because I don't need to do it. I just channel while I'm awake. I've always done that. It's not as exciting for the audience. It's much more entertaining to have trance mediumship, but it's actually not necessary. Okay. Okay. So you know what to do. Get back to me and keep me posted, Angie. I love it. Let me see here. Spirit's like, come on, Larkin, come on. All right. So I've got Kaz. Kaz, are you still on here? You want to do a love reading? And Autumn wants a love reading too. Okay. So let's get down to Kaz. I didn't forget about you, Paul. Let's see. Oh, not for fun. Not for fun. Okay. Okay. Well, either way, Angie, the guidance is the same in understanding. Find what gives you peace, right? Find that center, find what gives you that peace. And if that feels like it resonates with you, then that's fine. Follow that intuition and pursue it. But understand that it's an easy or a hard path. It's not so much a right or a wrong path. Usually the things that we're interested in that we feel called to do are in alignment with us. Okay. So you're good. Let's see. Tara says, love is your birthright. Yeah. You're there. Awesome. 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 Okay. So we're going to do Kaz. We want to do a love reading for you. Good. Autumn's there too. Excellent. I won't forget about you, John Peter. I just need to keep moving. I get too caught up, guys, in getting very thorough and in depth. And a lot of it is because I want you guys to have some of this information to walk away with. Hopefully you'll use it. Yeah. So let's get into, it's guys, I know it sounds like a lot of times I have so many contradictions when you guys bring things up, but I do, because so many things that my audiences bring up are things that are terms or fads or habits or things people keep talking about in the spiritual or new age communities, in different communities. And you'll often find that I tend to have a tendency to tear them down. I don't mean to be bursting your bubble or tearing them down, but what I do want to do is I want to clarify and point out when things are becoming egoic fads that we become attached to, that we're interested in, because there is a purity beneath that is the more powerful way for you to be operating from. Okay. So Tara says, love is our birthright. Okay. Yes. But what do we mean by birthright? And I feel like this is one of those terms that is being used over and over and over and over and over. And initially it was used as a sales tactic. It to me, I don't like the term birthright in the way it has been used. It rubs me the wrong way energetically. And I think it's because underneath it, there's a sense of entitlement. And spirit is humble beyond belief. Spirit is humble and doesn't need entitlement because everything is available to you. Everything. I would, although it is a beautiful phrase, Tara, I would go as far as to say it rubs me the wrong way because you are love. It's not a birthright, just like money is not a birthright. Abundant isn't a birthright. I know people keep saying this, and it really rubs me the wrong way energetically. And it's because it's more than that. It's like people saying, if you don't agree with the limitations that the human ego puts on God, that you're being, you're defaming God. It's blasphemy. No, it's not. God is so much bigger than what we give divine essence credit for. We talk about God like he's some person on a pedestal. That's not what God is. We talk about money and abundance as a birthright as though it's something we have to attain and acquire. And my friends, you already are that. See, it comes to you upon the realizations that you are God, that you are love, that you are light, that you are abundance. Money's nothing. Money is just a physical manifestation of abundance. Okay, so I need to throw that out there because I like to cut to the chase, and I like to cut through the red tape of what I think is egoic marketing and propaganda and terminology that you guys pick up on, that's human made. All right. So, Kaz, that being said, you are love. What I'm being shown is that, yeah, so we all have love matches in this world. We all have souls and frequencies that are here that are a match for us. So know that first and foremost, Kaz, your spirit team wants you to understand this, that it's not so much of, is there somebody out there? Is the right person out there? Am I ever going to find the right person? It's more like knowing and trusting. Yeah, absolutely. Like, that energy is there. Everyone always has that energy in this world. The question is, what are you allowing in? What are you allowing in? And what I'm seeing is that what you're looking for and what actually gives you the experience that you feel as fulfilled love. You're welcome, Tara. Yes, born of love. Yes. Yes, so much bigger. I love it. So we're talking about love, and the same thing kind of is going for you here, Kaz. Like, you have an idea and an image of what you think a love relationship is. And what I'm seeing, I don't know if you recognize this or not, but what I'm seeing is that you've actually not recognized it several times. You're actually looking for something else, something other. You're looking for love to show up in ways other than how it has shown up in your life. And it's right there. It keeps trying to come into your life, actually. And you're not recognizing it. You're thinking of it and feeling love as being something else. Okay. Hi, Aoife. Welcome. Does this make sense, Kaz? So I'm asking them, what do they recommend? What is your guidance? What is the recommendation and guidance for you? And they're saying, get back to your purest self and check in with yourself and see how open are you really. Look at what you have as an idea of a love relationship. And then they want you to understand that your love relationship is, how are they saying this? It is beyond what it is you are envisioning. It is not coming in the form in which you are envisioning it. And you are actually putting self-limitations on yourself by, and it's encouraged actually by people in your life. They're actually supporting this because they do it too. And they're in agreement with you. And this is limiting you. You've got yourself in a box. Be open. They're wanting me to share with you some powerful phrases you can use. And so I'm going to choose one of Dr. Joe Dispenza's, because you're in the quantum world 7.8 times a second. And one of his phrases is, what if? What if? What if love completely walked into my life and surprised me in ways I cannot imagine? What if you start walking around and saying, I have no idea how love is going to show up in my life, but I know that it's coming into my life right now. I know that it's already present and it's showing up. Please, spirit team, help me to recognize it. Okay? Because sometimes the people we feel a biochemical, mental, and emotional pheromone attraction to, we think, oh my God, that's my soulmate. Sometimes they're not. Sometimes your physical self is misinterpreting that. Okay? Sometimes we're not meant to be with our soulmate. Right? Uh-oh. Rebecca, thanks for supporting my why are we having a troll on here? Tarot card reading. What are you doing on my, yeah, I advertise you, sweetheart. You just made a big mistake because I'm going to show you to about 1,000 people and they're going to be on the lookout for you. Big mistake. Okay. We're not doing that on my page or Veronica's. Okay. So take that, Kaz, keep me posted. I think within the next 3 months or so, you're going to start to see big shifts in what you recognize. if you stick to that. Okay. But this is guidance from your spirit team. So follow it. Let go of your expectations. Be willing to be surprised. Let go of the ideas that you have clamped onto. And love is going to surprise you. That's what I'm seeing. Okay. Yes. You're confused. You don't know the thank you, Rebecca. I just got rid of her. Thank you. I was like, hope you didn't know her. So here's the last thing I'm going to say on this. Okay. This is for all of you, not just chaos, guys. This is one of the reasons why my readings go on longer than they should, but I'm sharing for all of you. Confusion means ego. Ego is chaos and confusion and fear and self-doubt and uncertainty. Soul and spirit are peace, calm, joy, fun, love, confidence, trust, faith, and clarity. Okay? So remember that. It's very, very important. Okay? All right. I'm going to go into the next reading, but I want to share this. Keep me posted, Kaz. Lisa, this is one of my Awakening Your Intuition clients. So this is a really good question. I think I've been misinterpreting the whole soulmate thing for sure. Just wish I could recognize it for what it is. Yes. And in the Awakening Your Intuition, Lisa Joe, you are going to learn to do that. We have a whole section just on soulmates and soul relationships. Okay. So the fact that you're recognizing you've been misinterpreting it is A, fantastic, and B, I would say 99% of people have it misconstrued because there's been a pretty picture painted throughout the decades through the spiritual communities about what soulmates are, and we make it up in our heads. Okay, so we're going to get real clear on that in the program. Okay, let's see, and that's definitely going to be coming your way too, Lisa. So let's see here. All right. So now I'm going to, I see you, Paul. John Peter, we're going to get to you. Hi, Melody Hart. Welcome. All right. I've got to get to Autumn first here. Autumn, are you still here? So let's get to you next. Autumn wants love guidance as well. We've got lots of love guidance people today, my friends. All right. Let's see here. I don't know if I starred Paul's before or not. All right. Autumn, I know you're still there, John Peter. You're welcome, Kaz. Let's see. I can do cards, Rebecca. Absolutely. Okay. I just want to see if Autumn, you're there. Yes. Okay. So let's check in with you. So there's a lot of actually, woohoo, Lisa Joe. I love you so much. There is a lot of whirling energy around your love aspects, Autumn. And there's also a lot of things. I don't know your chart, but what I'm being shown is that in your astrological chart, in your Saturn, which is your Saturn in our charts, guys. Sorry, I'm an astrologer too. I got to throw this in here. But your spirit guides are actually showing me this, Autumn. For those of you who don't know, of your planets in your astrological chart, your Saturn is actually your karmic planet. It shows you what your challenges and things are. Okay, and I'm showing that in your love life, there's a lot of things popping up having to do with your Saturn. Thank you, Lisa Joe. So let's see. I don't know if I'm saying your name right, Daki. I've got you starred too. Okay. So there's a lot of swirling energy surrounding your love life right now, Autumn, and a lot of it actually has to do with your Saturn, and lessons that you wanted and came to learn actually in regards to relationships. Why? Because relationships can make us feel vulnerable. They can make us feel alone. They trigger the obstacles that we need as opportunities, and they trigger us mentally and emotionally. And they also trigger where we are in our power of our center. Okay. So what I'm seeing is you have all this whirling energy, that there's been a lot of emotional turmoil and confusion as far as love and relationships. They're also showing me that you have an idea of love that is emotionally does not match the healthy. Hi, Jolie, welcome. It does not match the ideal relationship for you. Now, guys, relationships aren't always supposed to be ideal. Sometimes they're there to teach us something. But what they're showing me, Autumn, is that what you feel as love, you're also putting together as an idea with your vision of an ideal relationship. And they're telling me that the two do not match. Okay. Hi, Kim. Welcome. So what you need to do is some deep internal work. They're wanting me to ask you, and this is something I normally do with my mindset clients. So if you can do this on your own, it's very difficult, but you can do it through journaling. You need to find out what are the three major feelings of emotion that you feel in association with love. Okay, because they're showing me this is what's holding you up. You are attracted to love relationships that to you don't even realize it. In your subconscious, you identify those as love, but actually, because they don't match the ideal relationship that you want to and can have, they would lead you to unhappy relationships. So you need to go in and you need to find out, what are the three emotions I associate with love, and why are they not the things that I'm choosing and inviting into my life? Because in order to feel the level and depth of love and emotion that you're wanting to feel, they're showing me that there has to be some pain or fear triggered. You might not be aware of this, but this is what your spirit guides are sharing with me. So I believe this wholeheartedly. They're showing me this. And this is in that whirling energy of chaos around your love. And what you need to do is you have to understand that love is going to walk into your life and not trigger some of the emotions that you want and think it needs to be in order for it to be love. Showing me that, how are you going to know this? It's going to be steady. It's going to be consistent. It's going to be loyal. It's going to be funny. It's going to be cooperation. These are all things that they're showing me, Autumn. Okay. So what you need to do is you need to go back. You need to listen to this again. You need to jot down the exact words and terms that your spirit guides just gave me. And you need to go off and look for that. Okay. Because you're not, I can only give you so much since you're not in coaching with me, right? I can only give you, you have to use what I've given you on here. And you need to be very clear about that, because spirit is very practical. They just gave you a recipe of guidance of exactly what you need to do in order to start seeing, recognizing, and choosing love that's really love, not emotions that are pretending to be love. Okay. Okay. You got it? All right. So yes, and keep holding space. Keep holding space. Okay. But holding space for people to heal sometimes means we do that with those we love. And we do this for those we love all the time. But it doesn't mean that that's always the right relationship for us. If that's what all the relationship is about, is holding space for them to heal, then sometimes that's not a mutual relationship. Okay. You're welcome. Keep me posted, and thanks for coming. All right. All right, guys, I got 10 minutes. I'm running overly long as usual. So let me get back up here. I'm going to try to go quicker, guys, for the next few. All right, let's do all right, let's do a couple cards to try to speed me up a little bit here, guys. Melody, you need to let go of some of the heaviness for the holidays. You need to lighten up a little bit. There's some energy that can be sort of just let go, tossed to the wind. And your spirit team, Melody, is telling me that you need to allow yourself to have fun this holiday season. If you want to go back to the deep heartfelt, because you can't really help yourself because you're so deep and heartfelt, but lighten up and fly higher, at least until the first of the year. Give yourself a little break to just enjoy. Enjoying brings so much abundance, and so much abundance in all of its forms, right? Joy, health, love, wealth. And you're going to find some new insights. You're going to find some new inspiration. You're going to find some new motivation. You're going to find that some of the things that you were overthinking, you can just simply let go, and they're going to be working themselves out by the new year. Okay. So your spirit team is saying, please, please invite her to lighten up for the holidays and give her the opportunity to actually see the brilliant outcomes that can happen when she lets loose and she raises her vibrational frequency like that. Okay. This is very important, Melody. Very important. Let's see here. Hope Melody got there and she was still there. I hope she was there. Okay. All right. So Rebecca, I have you marked next here. I'm just going down the list, guys. I'm going where spirit is guiding me. Let's see here. I have the Denise Lynn cards, guys. I love these. They're very magical. They're multidimensional. I'm a dimension walker, so I like them and I trust her cards because I know what she does there and it's phenomenal. So let's see what we got for you, Rebecca. Ooh, whew. Okay. So Rebecca, you are going to be coming out of chaos and into truth over the next few weeks. I drew the chaos card for you. And then put it in order. I don't know which order it needs to go in for you guys. Chaos and then truth. All right. So this is very important because as we go from chaos to truth, if you guys remember what I said earlier, chaos is mind and ego, it's confusion. Okay. It's overthinking, it's resistance, it's not being present. It's all the things Eckhart Tolle describes as the egoic mind, the egoic self. That self is limited. They're showing me that over the next few weeks, you're going to be going from chaos to truth. I just asked them in a side conversation how. They said there's going to be a few little challenging things that pop up for you that you don't necessarily like. And that's going to be, and the reason they're going to pop up, Rebecca, is because they are unique. We as humans, they're saying, we as humans, you humans, can go right, to the truth at any moment. We can go right to the love, the peace, the joy at any moment, but we don't. We choose not to. Okay. And we choose not to. And this is why we have to have these obstacles. So what they're showing me is you're going to be going from chaos to truth in the next few weeks. You're going to have a few things pop up that you're not necessarily happy about, but they're going to be your opportunities to slip into truth. And you're going to glide into the new year with a new level of awareness, empowerment. You're going to feel lighter. You're going to feel more clarity. Why? Because of these little obstacles that are going to pop up, they're going to take you out of chaos. The egoic mind creates chaos. The soul knows the truth. Okay. So what that shows me is when I see chaos to truth, I see that means you're going to be going to a whole new level of awareness. Okay. And that is exciting. It's a beautiful and powerful way to transition into the new year, Rebecca. Okay. So please keep in touch and keep me posted on this. I'm very excited for you. This is a beautiful gift that actually your angels and spirit guides are surrounding you, and they're excited for this new evolution of you that is coming. All right. I love this. I hope it's helpful. All right. So we have a couple more people, guys, I'm going to get to here. I don't know. I don't think you're welcome, Rebecca. I don't think Paul is here anymore. So let's see. We're going to do John Peter, and then we're going to do Deke. I hope I have that right. I hope I'm saying that right. Let's see here. Oh, Paul is there. Awesome. Okay. Paul, I just want to quick tell you, you have some really good, amazing energy coming your way too. For some reason, you've got a whole huge circle of your angels are closed in really strongly around you right now. Your animals, your animal messengers. It looks like you're going to have a creative outlet coming in the next few weeks. Something you're going to be writing, something you're going to want to need to log or record, but you're going to have a beautiful birthing of something spiritual that's going to be very uplifting for you, and it's on its way. Okay. So please keep me posted on what that is because I'm super excited about that. All right. Very excited. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and draw a couple cards for you. You have a very full 2025 coming up, my friends. Very full. It looks like you're going to have a lot going on. Let's see. It looks like I see a period of intensity for you. John Peter, this is very interesting. I'm actually going to draw a third card for you here. Okay. So you're going to have a period of intensity coming up, but not until closer to the new year. And it looks like it's going to be coming up through about March, maybe mid to late March, beginning of April. We have you're going to have a period of sort of sanctuary work coming up, where you're going to be deep diving, kind of deep down within. And that's probably why I'm seeing more of this emergence around the end of March, beginning of April, when the winter season really kind of is really over. But I see some in-depth. There's some in-depth work, some introspection that's going to be happening, some internal changes that are going to have to be happening. I'm not sure if you're aware of these up and coming already or not, but this was very clear before I even picked the cards. This is going to be leading to around or after mid to late March, starting in April, freedom and happiness. Now, joy is your eternal state. Happiness is a state of mind. Okay. So usually when I see the happiness card, this means it's going to be leading into a phase of your life that your human egoic self really likes, that makes you happy, that is secure, that is happy, that is consistent, that is abundant, that is reaping rewards of a lot of efforts and hard work that you have put in. Okay. So happiness is around the corner following this sanctuary. Okay. This in turn is actually also going to be leading to freedom. Now, guys, freedom, I think, is like the absolute best. Freedom is just, it's the best because peace and freedom are amazing. Everybody wants freedom. Humans, non-human animals, we all want freedom no matter what. And this is going to be more, John Peter, of you discovering your freedom. You're going to be discovering your freedom and power of choice on levels you were not aware of, which will continue unfolding throughout your life, but it's going to become a lot more intense for you come mid to end March, beginning of April. You're going to start recognizing this. Okay. So get prepared for some special changes that are going to be happening, for some shifts and changes that you actually did not expect that are going to be serving you well. And I would love it if you keep me posted, come back and visit. I can check in and see if any of those things are shifting or changing. But for right now, that is a really super fun and exciting outcome that I see. Okay. I want to let you all know, since I'm on Veronica's page, I'm going to have to get off. A couple of things. Number one, I'm back tomorrow at the same time. Number two, if you like this video, please make sure you like it. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe to the page to help support us and to help support Veronica's work. You can find me on my Psychic Medium page down here and on my YouTube page. I will be back tomorrow. If you did not get a reading, I am so sorry. I went where Spirit guided me first. I will be back tomorrow. And Veronica has some of the very best readers I've ever seen on her page here. So Spirit did not forget about you, okay? I want to thank you all for joining me. I hope to see you back at the same time tomorrow. And we'll try to catch whoever we didn't get today, all right? Have a lovely morning, afternoon, or evening. Bye, everyone.